Second game of our trifecta of basketball action continues here in Quality Games Basketball League La Germania Cup, the 5th conference, as we continue to get the ball rolling here inside CSA Gym on a cold Thursday night. Baron Mercado on the call, and of course you can watch our games live here inside the CSA Gym, or if you cannot make it in our venue, we have our YouTube channel, Quality Games Basketball, and there you can watch our games. We're streaming every game day. So here we go. TriJ takes on Sanchubabies. TriJ wearing their light jerseys, Sanchubabies wearing their dark jerseys, and these two teams are, so to say, on the opposite side of the polls here in our team standings. TriJ with an immaculate 3-0 record. Meanwhile, Sanchubabies, they are looking for their first win. 0-3 is their standing in the last 3 games. One player that played well for Sanchubabies, that was Jahanmir Puri, has attempted to carry a lot of the scoring load. Galvez gets the friendly roll there. Kaiser Galvez makes it count for TriJ. So let's talk about TriJ first. They were impressive on their game against Grassery in a battle of 2 undefeated teams. They came up on top. They were victorious. Of course, the hot shooting for TriJ, that was a Mukesh Monani and Vivek Nebuani. Those two players really contributed a lot, but for me, it was Kaiser Galvez and Sean Farinas. They were really the stone for this team. They did the dirty work. They did everything and more that is shown on the stat sheet. And they just let, si Mukesh Monani and Vivek Nebuani to really shoot the lights out. And speaking of Mukesh, first shot was a bit too short for Mukesh. Shan Idanmal gets that rebound. Robbie Gana had a bounce back game on that previous contest against Bridgestone, scoring 38 points on the opening, then failing to make it in the 20s mark, only scoring 13, and he scored at least 20 on that last game, putting them first points on the board. And that's back-to-back points for Kaiser Galvez. Again, one of the players that really turned the stones here against Grassery, where Grassery was knocking down the door. Him and Farinas just made the right plays for their squad, and that flyby move. Robbie Gana with a miss, put back by Russell Dix. Reliable big man for Sanchubabies. He has got an offensive rebound and a putback, this time a floater that is off the mark for Jan Sobrevega, who's playing here tonight. Against Grassery, wasn't available, but that shot is Robbie Gana completes that one, plus the foul. Robbie Gana with the 4 points already in this contest. Again, Jan Sobrevega, one of the premier players here in Quality Games Basketball League, as Robbie couldn't complete his 3-point play. And that's what's impressive about TriJ. They defeated Grassery without Jan Sobrevega and JC Sobrevega. So, goes to show the depth of this squad, as that 3 is good. Knocking it down, shooting for 3, that's Jan Sobrevega. First 3-pointer of the contest. Counting it, is Jan Sobrevega. Now shooting this for 3, no problem to answer. Frank Joe with a response, but Sobrevega just running down the lane. Right lane is open. All gas, no brakes for Jan Sobrevega. A good shootout we're seeing here. 9-all is the score. Sean with a miss. Dix with a rebound. Couldn't get the putback though. Sobrebega wants that ball back. But Galvez will take it up on himself. Gives it on the left side. That time it's a miss. They recover that ball. Galvez to Sobrebega. Back to Galvez for to Kaiser. With yet another in and out. In again. 6 points for Kaiser Galvez. And John Sobrevega with 1 assist to his name. 11-9 in this quick first quarter we're seeing here. Hot shooting by both teams. Though a miss on the other side. Sobrevega with 5 in this contest. No look pass. Good defense by Robbie Gana, but the referee saw other plays. Called for a foul after that no-look pass by John Sobrevega, finding Matt Manotok. Big man Matt Manotok, he will have his hands full today as he makes the first free throw. He will be matching up against Russell Dix and even Robbie Gana inside. Manotok makes both free throws count. Now a 4-point lead. 13-9 is the score as we are nearing the last 5 minutes here in the opening quarter. Robbie attacks. Couldn't secure it. Mukesh on the run. Finds himself there. Look at that passing. Manotok with the finish. That's just a 3-man weave completed by Trijay. Appropriate to their name. Dinesh Chulani, then Mukesh Monani, then finding Matt Manotok inside. And that should be a theme here in our game day today. Week number 5. Beautiful ball movement between the winning team. Earlier on, we have seen it in flashbacks racing. We have seen those beautiful ball movements in the first quarter that open up the floodways of 3-pointers made by the Sarios. And right now, we are seeing the same here. Every player wearing white touching that basketball can end it up with a 3-man weave. Monani, Chulani, then Manotok with a finish as Matt with 4 points in this contest. Frank for 3. Couldn't make it 2 for him. Couldn't get that put back to go as well. This is their third serving. As Robbie Gana will be called, or will be fouled I should say. Calling for that foul will be on the side of Trijay. Again, looking to protect their undefeated streak is Trijay. 3-0. A win here today will catapult them atop of the team standings. A lose here, not only will they give Sanchubabies their first win of the season, of the conference I should say, but they will, or we will have a triple tie between Grazery, Flashbacks Racing, and of course, if they do lose today, Trijay. 4:30 remaining here in the opening quarter. A missed attempt right there for Vivek as he checks in for the first time. Gana to Mirpuri. Frank for 3 again. That is off the mark. Ball is tapped. Will be brought down here. A 5-point lead for Trijay. Again, those beautiful ball movement. They look to continue it. That time it was read by the defense. Sean Farinas has checked in here for the first time today. Again, him and Galvez were really, for me, the turning point, the turning stones for that victory against Grazery. Again, we can talk about the shooting of Vivek and Mukesh, but without those two players, Farinas and Galvez, they will be having a hard time, and I believe that is Dinesh Chulani with his first 2 points of the contest. Sean, tough basket, good find though by Russell Dix, and Sean will be at the free throw area. Makes the first one, Sean Idanmal. 6-point lead here. 3:28 remaining. Cuts the lead to 5 after making that back-to-back free throw mix. 3 team fouls for Tri-J, only 1 so far for Sanchubabies, and they are playing well, keeping in pace. But Sean Fariñas enters the scoring column for the first time with a jumper. JC Sobrevega with that assist. So the Sobrevegas now are available in this contest. Let's see how will Mirpuri and company respond as Russell Dix gets that rebound, had the last touch. So far scoreless, Jahan Mirpuri for Sanchubabies. Against Bridgestone, he was hot. I mean super hot from the outside. Has hit 8-9 3-pointers in that contest, but has yet to score today. Tight pass in the middle. Manotok finds Fariñas, and that's how you do it, inside passing. Now having the confidence, Matt Manotok making some good plays, and Fariñas scores his 4th point of the contest. Approaching the final 2 minutes, Robbie Gana passes or gets the ball inside. Gana was tapped. Ishan sends it out. Mirpuri floater. Bit too strong on the push right now. Vivek hasn't yet to score. Here he is on the attack and makes it count. Vivek Nebuani, yeah, makes that basket to go. Frank Lowe for 3. Has a good line. Made a 3-pointer earlier but couldn't make it to go. Vivek for back-to-back. Couldn't make it. One more time for Vivek. That ball falls through. Nebuani with 4 points so far. No 3-pointers yet on the side here for Vivek and Mukesh, but they don't really need that so far as they're up here by 13 big points. 25-12 is the score. Final foul for Tri-J. They will be in the penalty. Mirpuri finally sees the ball drop in. Jahan once again couldn't make it. 1 out of 2. 12-point lead, 25-13 with a minute 20 remaining. Manotok sends it to Vivek. Has 4 points. JC Sobrevega gives it in the middle. Fariñas sends it out. Jumper on its way. Bit too strong. Frank with the rebound. A chance to run. We play on. 64 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Robbie Gana for 3. Good defense by Manotok. Sean gets that rebound but turns the ball away. Now on the push, Manotok bounces it to Robbie. No one cut on the side of guys wearing white. Frank Law with 5. Frank Joe now with 5 points in this contest. Hitting that 3, then making it count as Frank looks to lead this squad here as Joe and Mirpuri looking to run, but there is a foul called by our referees. Is it an offensive foul? I believe so. With 26.7 seconds remaining. 25-15. 2 foul shots will be awarded here. So that is not an offensive foul though, as Mirpuri will shoot his free throws in. Clean as a whistle on the first one. Has 2 points. Is a Jahan Mirpuri. 25-16, a 9-point lead. Mirpuri, same result. Make one, miss the second. Shot clock is off. Let's see how will Fariñas and company take advantage of this 9-point lead. Vivek on the left wing, sidestep, shoots and finds the glass. 6 points for Vivek Nebuani. with 5 seconds to go. Frank Joe, 3. It's good! 8 points for Frank Joe here in the opening quarter. That's 2 3-pointers for Frank. Just like his point total, Frank Joe and the Sanchubabies down by 8 points, 27-19. We'll be right back to start the second quarter. Second quarter begins here in Quality Games Basketball League La Germania Cup, the 5th conference. An 8-point lead for Tri-J as we are on its way here in the second quarter. And as the action is happening, let's first thank our sponsors for our 5th conference. Swish App, La Germania, Bridgestone, Grape Hair Solutions, ECX and Fashion Events. John Sobrevega enters the second quarter with his first 2 points. 7 points in total for John Sobrevega, picking up where he left off in that opening quarter. Meanwhile, for Sanchubabies, that is Sean Idanmal, I should say, scoring his first field goal of the contest. Idanmal with 4 points, breaking free for that layup. Vivek gives it to Galvez with 6. Nice defense by Dix. Bit too hard on the pass though. Sobrevega gives it to Galvez in the middle. He has 6 points. Jumper from that familiar spot. His first miss of the contest. 8-point lead, 29-21. Doopsie-doo, make it so! And 1. What a finish to complete that play. Jahan Mirpuri now starting to feel it. Maybe that is a good start for him, an indication for what's to come. Jahan Mirpuri, that's your first field goal, and that makes it 7 points for Jahan, cutting the lead to 5. Only a 2-possession ball game here early in the second quarter. John Sobrevega with 7 points. They give it to Vivek, who led the way versus Grazery. Him and Mukesh outside shooting. If you need some scoring, that is yet another basket. Vivek Nebwani with 8 points in this contest. Robbie Ganap gets his own miss. Put back is good for Robbie. 7 points for Robbie. As we are now exchanging baskets left and right here in the second quarter. Mukesh guarded on the right. Nice pass over Vega. That's just too easy for a caliber of player like John Sobrevega. One thing I like about that play, he never stopped moving. Passes the ball to Vivek, then swings it to Mukesh, then cuts on the left. Makes that play count. Robbie draws the foul on that side. I believe it will be on Farinas, who will be called for that foul. That's his 3rd personal foul. Talking about Sean Farinas. 2nd team foul on the side of Tri-J. Again, they are protecting an undefeated record. Sanchubabies, they are looking for their first win. So a lot of things are at stake here in this contest, though we are only in our first round. But usually when you get that first round victory, you build that confidence as you go on to the second round with at least 2 more weeks to go. Farinas with a spin. Too high on the glass, and now on the run. Robbie to Mirpuri. Back to Ghana. 4-3. It's good. Shoots that 3. Robbie Ghana has at least 9 points in my count. Russell Dix with a steal. A chance to run. Frank Joe with 8 points. Gives it up. Ghana. Ball was tapped. Farinas was lucky he wasn't called for that foul. He was just lucky for that one. Could have been his 4th foul. Russell Dix finds his position inside. 4 points for big Russell Dix. Lead is now vanished. We are tied here. Nice block by Mirpuri. Sanchubabies making some defensive statements, but Galvez couldn't convert. A chance to take the lead here. Mirpuri on the drive. Ball was tapped. Sanchubabies will have possession. Robbie Ghana leads Sanchubabies with 12 points already. Jahan Mirpuri with 5. Meanwhile, Frank Joe with 8 points. John Sobrevega for Tri-J with 9 points. Vivek Nebuani with 8. Galvez with 6 all in the first quarter. Mukesh Monani scoreless so far. I believe we will have a challenge on that last play to see who touched it last, because on the side of Tri-J they felt that they made a clean play that was off Robbie Ghana. So if there's challenge is successful, they can challenge again in the later round, in the later quarters, I should say. I believe challenge is successful, so we will get another challenge available for Tri-J. So Sanchubabies will look to play yet another defensive stop for them to have a chance to get the lead. Meanwhile, Tri-J looking to end the momentum built here by Sanchubabies, who scored 14 points already here in this second quarter. Vivek shoots this 3. That is all air. Ball is recovered by Dix. Now a chance for the attack. Sean Idanmal on the bump. Couldn't get that whistle. Still couldn't have the lead. Sobrevega gives it to Galvez. Waits for his teammates. Back to Vivek. Sobrevega from the corner. Spins and shoots like Steph Curry on that one. 10 points for Sobrevega, or make it 12 points for Sobrevega. 5 here in the second quarter. 3 to answer back. It's good! We are having a good game here. Second game of 3. Idanmal with an answer. Mukesh hasn't scored yet in this contest. Vivek to Sobrevega. 4-3. It's good! Back-to-back makes for John Sobrevega. 15 points already for John. Only down by 3. They have tied the ball game but could have gotten the lead. Lazy pass. Here comes Galvez and the Calgary. Galvez with a jumper. Good defense made by Mirpuri. He gets the ball back. Jahan on the push. They now have a 4-on-2 break. Mirpuri with a miss. Dix with a putback. A bit too strong. Ghana to Frank. And the lead is down to 1. 10 points for Frank Joe. That was just back and forth action we're seeing. Fast pace. Both teams making their shots. It is just an amazing second quarter for these two teams. With 4:39 remaining, when teams score back and forth, time really goes by fast. Frank Joe with 10 points, Robbie Ghana with 12, combining for 22 of the 38 points of Sanchubabies. Meanwhile, John Sobrevega with 15 of their team's 39. A 3 on its way. Ghana secures that rebound. A chance to have the lead here for the first time since the first quarter. Robbie for 3. Bit too strong. Ishan with the rebound, gives it to Mirpuri. He has that range. Gives it to Gana once again. Shan has hit a three-pointer. Now on the drive, Idan Mal for the lead. For the first time since the first quarter, Sanchubabies now with a 1-point lead. Vivek to answer, a bit too strong. Manotok will be fouled by Frank Lo on that rebound. What a game by Sean Idan Mal in this contest. 7 points for Sean. Almost a steal by Idan Mal. They swing it out. Sobrebega with 15 points. A steal to go with it. A run. Frank Joe will see you later. Good defense by Sanchubabies here in the second. Holding down the fourth. Now a 3-point lead. I believe this is their largest lead of the contest. Vivek on the attack, forcing the issue. Nice tap by Dix. Mirpuri on the run. He can shoot this three. Bit too strong on the transition outside snipering. Sobrevega, it's his turn for 3. Couldn't make it. Gana gets that rebound. Now pushes on the left with 3:05 remaining. Robbie all the way. Statue of Liberty layup. Takes it strong and high. And speaking of high, this is their highest lead of the ball game at 5. 44-39. Fancy pass. Almost a steal by Gana. A runway waiting to happen, but referees called a foul. Again, amazing basketball action we are witnessing here inside CSA Gym. Quality Games Basketball League. Living up to our name, we're giving quality basketball as Vivek scores his first 2 points here in this, or fourth point in this second quarter. He has now 10 points. It is 3. Frank has 10. Joe, nowhere to go. Tough shot. Couldn't sink it. A 3-on-1 break. Sends it on the left. Count that baby in and 1. What a pass by Sobrevega. Vivek with a big basket. Has made back-to-back makes. $12 points for Vivek Nebwani. Make it 13 for him today. We are now tied at 44. That 5-point lead vanished in an instant with 2:08 remaining. Timeout called by Sanchubabies. They badly need this break and a basket if they can after this break.
This timeout is brought to you by Quencha, our official drinkware partner. Stay sharp with Modern Fox Barbershop, for the modern gentleman. Experience life through travel with Giron Travel. Fuel up with Casa Empanada. Train elite with ECX Elite Athletics. Track the game live on Swish app, our official stats partner. Powered by Bridgestone, La Germania, our league.
Tied at 44 as we are here nearing the last 2 minutes. Joe and Gana combining for 26 out of their 44. Here's Robbie on the move. Erase that time. Good defense played by Sobrevega. Here's John. Gives it in the middle. Manotok with that extra pass. Wasn't ready to receive that. I believe was Chulani for Trijay. Could have been a big play to retake the lead. Mirpuri, he has been playing well in the second quarter. Here's Frank. Couldn't complete the play. Russell misses another shot. No good. Big Russell Dix has been giving them a lot of opportunities from the inside. Just couldn't convert in some of them. As Sobrevega misfires off the spin. Gana will secure the rebound. Robbie sees 4 defenders, doesn't care, and finish that one home. Four defenders, no problem. A steal on the other side. Ishan gives it to Frank, and that's a quick 4-point swing. JC Sobrevega lost the grip on that last one. Making that play, taking advantage is Sanchubabies. That 5-point lead is now back to 4 with 55 seconds remaining.
This timeout is brought to you by Quencha, our official drinkware partner. Stay sharp with Modern Fox Barbershop, for the modern gentleman. Experience life through travel with Giron Travel. Fuel up with Casa Empanada. Train elite with ECX Elite Athletics. Track the game live on Swish app, our official stats partner. Powered by Bridgestone, La Germania.
Sanchubabies has retaken the lead here, scoring the last 4 points. Jan Sobrevega says, we cut the lead back to 2. I have now 17 points. Talking about Jan Sobrevega. 2-for-1 opportunity here for the guys wearing black. On the spin, Robbie Gana finds a way. He has been phenomenal in this contest. 18 points by Robbie. Vivek for 3. Rattles out. A chance to put them up by 6 or 7, depending on how they will match up in this game so far. Mirpuri drives a bit too strong. Gana was rejected. Back to Russell. Short arms that jumper. Half court heave. Hits the top of the backboard. Raj Tonko hit a big one in their last game. Sobrevega will end the first half with 17 points. Robbie Gana with 18. Sanchubabies with a 4-point lead, 50-46. We are at halftime. Sanchubabies up by 4 points, 50-46, as we return here for a Quality Games Basketball League La Germania Cup, the 5th conference. still hosting this amazing ball game is Colegio San Agustin Gym in Makati. Baron Mercado on the call. That's his first 3-point conversion of the game as Mukesh starts off our second half with a bang. Literally with a bang, as hitting a 3 from way downtown. Again, Baron Mercado on the call here. Let's talk about what happened on the first half. What a shot by Frank Joe. And what a game he is having today. He has at least 12 points in my count. First quarter belonging to Tri-J. And as we all know, Tri-J really dominates, loves to dominate from the get-go. And those are your snipers. Talking about Tri-J, Vivek Nebuani with a 3-pointer to join Mukesh Monani, hitting those 3-point shots. Robbie Gana has 18 points guarded by Sobrevega. Gana a bit too strong. Mukesh on the push. Like what I have said, they have done a lot of damage in that first quarter, scoring 27, giving 19. Another 3-pointer. This time it's John Sobrevega. He has an amazing game today. 20 points for John Sobrevega. That's 3-pointers on the side of Tri-J. Russell Dix lost the ball off the push. Sobrevega, see you later. 22 points for John Sobrevega, and just like that, it is a 5-point lead. Mirpuri has yet to hit a 3. A good box out made by Farinas. Couldn't make it a 3 once again for Mukesh Monani. But what a performance here by Tri-J. Gana all the way. Divides the defense. Sean gets that steal back. A chance to tie or cut the lead. Frank Joe for 3. Bit too strong. 57-54. A steal by Mirpuri. Vivek lost the ball on that grip. Can he get the ball back? Ball is tapped. Here we go for Mukesh. Galvez, stop and pop, no problem. And slipping down on defense was Frank Joe. He has 16 points in this game so far. Him and Robbie Gana combining for 36 out of their 54 points. So that's 18 points combined here for Idanmal, Mirpuri, and Dix. Meanwhile, John Sobrevega and Vivek Nebuani combining for 38 of their 59 points. And I believe we will have a timeout call as we will check on the status of Frank Joe. 59-54, 7:14 remaining in the third.
This timeout is brought to you by Quencha, our official drinkware partner. Stay sharp with Modern Fox Barbershop for the modern gentleman. Experience life through travel with Giron Travel. Fuel up with Casa Empanada. Train elite with ECX Elite Athletics. Track the game live on Swish app, our official stats partner. Powered by Bridgestone, La Germania, our league official partner. This timeout is brought to you by Quencha, our official drinkware partner. Stay sharp with Modern Fox Barbershop for the modern gentleman. Experience life through
As we return to the action, Frank Joe is looking okay after slipping down during that last defensive stop. A 5-point lead. Frank attacks, couldn't make it. Robbie, one dribble, pull up, 3, it's in! What a game as well for Robbie Gana. He has 23 big points. Believe that's his first 3-pointer, or that's his second 3-pointer here in this contest. Galvez hasn't scored in quite some time. Good defense by Robbie a chance here to tie or maybe take the lead. Mirpuri versus Vivek. One-on-one, mano-a-mano. Here is Frank. Gives it to Robbie. Gana with that reverse, and we are tied at 59. Robbie Gana taking over in this third quarter as well. After a sizzling start from the outside. Sanchubabies now comes, and Frank Joel scores his 18th point of the game. Just like that, 5-point lead disappearing. And we are tied at 61. These two teams just neck to neck so far in the contest. 61 all with 5:50 remaining. Mirpuri, he needs to hit this one. Still couldn't buy a basket. Vivek will tap it out. Mukesh for 3. Kaboom! What a quarter for Mukesh. That's his second three-pointer of the contest. That's his 6th point all in all. All in the third quarter, but he has played so well. Let's see how will Robbie Gana respond, but a solid defensive stop by Vivek. Gana with 25. Frank Joe with 18. Mukesh has hit his second 3. Mirpuri still couldn't find the green line. Vivek in the middle. Looks for Mukesh from way downtown. Felt good. Galvez with that rebound, and Kaiser gets yet another basket. 10 points for Kaiser Galvez. Lead is back to 5 points in an instant. High looper of a layup. Russell Dix puts it back. Second try, no good. Third try, good defense. Played here by Farinas and company. Ishan with a jumper. It's in. Again, Russell Dix has been doing a good job giving them a lot of opportunities. That time, Ishan Idanmal makes it count on their side. Vivek can operate here. Manotok, nice pass. Jumper is good by Galvez once again. 12 points for Kaiser Galvez. Just pushing them to that 5-point barrier as we are into the last 4 minutes here in this sizzling third quarter. Mirpuri has yet to make a 3. This time takes it on the elbow. Rebound secured by Idanmal. Lost the ball. Here comes Vivek. Gives it to Matt. Manotok on the left. A bit too strong on the pass. Galvez will give it to Mukesh. Flyby 3. Can't make it. Gana with 25. He'll attack. Lost the ball. Good defense by Mukesh. Galvez on a 3-on-1 break. Kaiser with a miss. Gets their own rebound. Galvez again. Finally ending all those turnovers, those mistricks. He has 14 in total. Idanmal slipping down, and he will be called for steps. Ishan Idanmal with 11 points in total. Sobrevega leads his team here. Talking about John Sobrevega with 22 points. Kaiser Galvez having himself a good third quarter. Jumper. That is off. Rebound by Gana. Anticipated by Mukesh. Drops it off. Galvez again. Familiar shot. Familiar result. 14 points for Kaiser Galvez. He has been really playing well. This is like his performance against Grassery. We can talk about Sobrevega. We can talk about Mukesh, Vivek. But Galvez has been really the constant for this squad. And when he plays well, they really have a good shot. And speaking of good shots, a miss by Mirpuri. Manotok on the left side. Could have been a good play as Ghana secures that rebound, approaching the last 2 minutes. Robbie to Frank, open for 3. Couldn't make it. 21 for Frank. Mukesh with a throw. What a pass to Galvez. Back to Sobrevega. Bit too short. Chulani playing defense, and that's the effort of Chulani. Receiving it was Galvez on that last one. Ball just couldn't drop, as we will have yet another free throw. (72-63) with a minute 42 remaining. Jan Sobrevega again absent against Grazery. No problem, they won that one. Today he has 23 points. Make it 24 for Jan Sobrevega. 74-63 with a minute 35 remaining. Frank Lowe with 18 points. Idan Mal with 11. Mirpuri still couldn't find the green line. A struggle from the outside is Mirpuri. Sir Martin Reyes preparing for his action in the next one as they take on Sonet Tower. One player that really knows the capability of Jahan Mirpuri is Martin Reyes. Had that shootout in their last game, but unfortunately for Sanchubabies, they couldn't get the job done as Dix gets that rebound. Approaching the final minute here, Robbie Ghana couldn't complete that doopsie-doo. Nice tap jumper by Ishan, it's in. What a game by Ishan Idanmal. He has at least 13 points on my count. Manotok gets that rebound. Vivek jumper is in. As we are cruising along here in the third quarter, fourth quarter is right behind us with 33 seconds remaining. Guys in white complete their defensive play in a 2-on-1 break. Sobrevega fakes one-hander. Push shot is in. What a game by John Sobrevega. He has at least 26 points in my count. 26 points in my count here. They were just neck to neck 3-4 minutes ago, but in an instant, in a snap, TryJ just blazed away here, led by, of course, John Sobrevega and his awesome play here. As for Kaiser Galvez, this is his quarter. He has scored at least 12 points, 14 points, made a lot of damage in that critical moment. As we are approaching the final moments here, as Lo gives it to Ghana to beat the buzzer. That won't count as we enter the fourth quarter. TryJ establishing a Baker's dozen lead here, 78-64. Let's see if Sanchubabies can make a run, or will TryJ hold on and be undefeated when we return. We start the fourth quarter. A Baker's dozen lead here for TriJ as they look to be undefeated after 4 games. Meanwhile, Sanchubabies, still a lot of time for them to make a run, and we have seen them really capable of making those runs, making those stops, but they need to do more, especially Jahan Mirpuri. Only 5 points, make it 6. A off shooting night for one Jahan Mirpuri. Meanwhile, for the guys wearing white, Jan Sobrevega, he leads the way, scoring 26 points. Vivek Nebuani with 18. Kaiser Galvez with 16 points, scoring 10 in that third quarter, I should say. He has made some timely basket, and the one who started it all for TriJ in that second half of action, the third quarter, was Mukesh Monani with that 3-pointer to start the third quarter. Ghana missed that layup. Vivek, stop and pop. He won't be stopped. Approach the 20-point barrier is Vivek Nebuani. Now him and Sobrevega combining for 46 points. Jahan still couldn't find the rhythm. Has some good lines, but look at that pass and almost a touchdown. Could have been big, but Robbie just plays all heart all game long. Still a 13-point lead. Ghana with 25 points. Mirpuri, can he find the stroke here in the fourth? Jahan, tight shot, basket, still won't count. Good defense by the guys in white. Chance to run. Sobrevega with 26 against Sean. Bullet pass, 3-man weave, it's complete. Dinesh Chulani once again scores on that layup, receiving that 3-man weave once again. Again, beautiful ball movement. Lead has now increased to 15 points. Robbie airballs that 3, and you can't blame him for being tired all game long. He has carried his team on his back, making some amazing plays, and he has been everywhere here inside the court. 82-67, 7 minutes 55 remaining. Sobrevega jumper is in at the middle. 28 points for Jan Sobrevega. TriJ really feeling his presence. His 28 points says it all. Mirpuri has no space to shoot. Here's Ishan Idanmal with 13. Couldn't make it. One more time, they send it out. Ghana from the corner. Tix with a rebound. He has a lot of rebounds in his name. Frank Joe still couldn't make it. 7:15 remaining, a 17-point lead. Vivek snipes one for 3. It's in! Green light for Vivek Nebuani. He has 23 big points. Approaching the 7-minute mark, lead now has ballooned to 20. And a steal to go with it. On the run, Matt Manotok with a finish. Lead now has grown out of proportion. 22-point lead after that steal and layup. We'll be right back.
This timeout is brought to you by Quencha, our official drinkware partner. Stay sharp with Modern Fox Barbershop, for the modern gentleman. Experience life through travel with Giron Travel. Fuel up with Casa Empanada. Train elite with ECX Elite Athletics. Track the game live on Swish app, our official stats partner. Powered by Bridgestone, La Germania, our league official partner. This timeout is brought to you by
6:47 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Sanchubabies facing a 22-point deficit. What a fourth quarter run here by TriJ, 11-2. Again, Sobrevega leads the way here with 28. Vivek Nebuani with 23. Galvez again with 16. Those are the top 3 scorers for TriJ, as Mirpuri still couldn't find the mark from the outside. Just going to finish some amazing plays here as Farinas, a bit quiet in this contest. Here he is for this shot. Clings off to the left. Robbie Gana crosses over left and right against Vivek. On the attack, Gana couldn't find the mark. 23 points for Vivek. Gives it to Mukesh for 3. Couldn't cash it in for that 3-point attempt. Smallest guy on the court gets that rebound. Frank Loh secures that rebound. Mukesh failed to score, but that is a Mirpuri with the basket. Jahan Mirpuri on struggling here so far. He has at least 9 points, 9 points in this contest. Good defense by Dix. He's having a good defensive game, and as well as controlling the rebounding department. Talking about Russell Dix. Just sometimes couldn't complete the play as Mukesh will call glass. Lead now is up by 22 points as we are nearing the last 5 minutes of our second game, as Mirpuri answers back with a 2 of his own. 91-71. This was a close ball game we have seen in the first 3 quarters, 3.5 quarters. But Mukesh Monani continues to play well. Those are timely threes by Mukesh here. Again, began the third quarter with a big 3-point shot that's opened off the floodway of shots. And those defensive plays now still on the side of TriJ. Vivek with 25 if he made that basket, as Galvez misses that opener. One more time, they send it out. Couple of misses from the inside. Bit too strong. Gana on the run, guarded by Vivek. Robbie gives it to Russell. Wouldn't take that shot. Here's Gana for 3. Outside shots not favoring Sanchubabies here in the second half, specifically in the last 5 minutes of the third quarter until now, as Vivek snipes one and it's clean. 26 points for Vivek. Cleans that shot for 3 as Robbie couldn't make it. Another opportunity for Sanchubabies, but the lead has grown out of hand here. They were just neck and neck earlier on. They even took the lead 61-59, I believe, before a barrage of points by Kaiser Galvez. Jan Sobrevega with some tough baskets to go with it. And Monani will touch it down. Adding more points on the board, adding insult to injury. Still couldn't find the mark. That's just one of the games that Jahan Mirpuri wants to end quickly. Mukesh knocks it down for 3. Hard to stop TriJ when their threes are falling down. And we are seeing now, so far with 2:40 remaining, clear as day why they are the top team here in this fifth cup of a La Germania Quality Games Basketball, the 5th conference. Galvez with his easiest 2 points. Kaiser Galvez and TriJ will be the top team through 4 games here in Quality Games Basketball League La Germania Cup, the 5th conference. Meanwhile, Sanchubabies, Robbie Gana, and company will have to wait and see when they will get that much needed win. But again, it was a back and forth action we have seen in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Sanchubabies even having as much of a lead here, as much as 5. It was quickly erased by TryJ, and Sanchubabies having a good start as another 3 drops in for JC Sobrevega. He joins the scoring party. Frank Lo has been quiet here, and as I say that, he knocks down that 3. He has at least 21 points in my count. TryJ is the team to beat here so far, undefeated in 4 games. They sit at the top of the team standings, and that will make the rest of the games a bit more interesting. Ken Justin Almeida is in the building, a member of Grassery, watching his competition. He knows how tough this TryJ squad is, especially when you have John Sobrevega. Effortless 26 points in this contest. Robbie Gana just puts that basket in. JC Sobrevega has scored as well. Again, Kaiser Galvez for me, he turned the tide in that third quarter, hitting those big jumpers from the free throw area. Those 13, 15-foot jumpers that pushed them to have a big of a lead, and they never looked back here. Again, for Sanchubabies, they had it. They felt that they had a good shot against TryJ in this contest, but it wasn't enough. Jahan Mirpuri surely wants to get this game back. And that's one thing that we will need to anticipate as we get these games along. 112 points for TryJ as they complete yet another impressive performance, winning it 112-83. What an amazing game here. John Sobrevega returns with at least 26, 28 points. Vivek with 23 points at least in this contest. Galvez with 16 to 18 points. But Mukesh and his timely jumpers really pushed this team to victory. 112-83. Final game. Martin Reyes and Bridgestone taking on Tash Meyerhofer and Sonnet Towers here in Quality Games Basketball League. We'll be right back.